Okay, so this is the problem you sent me, and if you look on the computer, they're just going to show you guess and check, which is fine. I'm not really the biggest fan of that, and it sounds like you might not be either because you're trying the factor X method. And so I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not really all that familiar with that. If you watch the videos I have on the Google site, you'll see this method. I'm going to show you this. It's pretty similar to what you're doing, I believe, with the factor X method. What I like to do is I multiply my edges together, and that'll give me negative 72. And what I do is I put equals, and I just put A times B. It could be whatever letters you want, but those are going to be my unknowns that I'm looking for. And then I take this middle guy over here, 21, and I'm trying to figure out the same A and B, but they add to give me 21. And so those numbers are going to be 24 and negative 3, very similar to what you had in your problem, the way you were approaching it, right? Same numbers. Now, the difference is what I do is I split that 21x. I'm going to break it up into a 24x and a minus 3x. So everything else stays the same. I have the 9x squared. And I'm going to put, it doesn't matter which one goes first. So it's positive 24x, and then I have a minus 3x, and then I still have the minus 8. Okay, so all I did here was if I were to bring this together, it would add back up to 21x right here. So it's a little trick. So I multiplied the outside part to get that number. The middle number gave me that right there. And like I said, if you watch the video, it's quite detailed, and you can even print out the instructions. Okay, so then the last step is to do factor by grouping. So you look at each group. So on this first group, you can pull out a 3x. So I'll go ahead and do that. And that will leave me with an x plus 8. And then when you look at the second group, I need this to be an x plus 8 also. They're both minus, so I'm going to have to pull out a negative, and it looks like I'm going to pull out a negative 1. Oh, yeah, I made a little mistake there. Sorry, that should have a 3 right there. That's why I was a little confused. Okay, so there should be a 3 right there when I pull out my 3x. Should add 3x plus 8. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to pull out a negative 1, and then that will leave me with positive 3x, and then plus 8 equals 0. And then I have the same factor right here, so I'm going to factor that one out. So I factor out the 3x plus 8. Then my other factor is going to be 3x minus 1. And then from there, I think you got it from here. You set these equal to 0 and solve, and you get your two solutions. So that's kind of the way I like to do it. The way you're doing it, the x factor, I guess, pretty similar as far as the idea of what you're doing here. But you might, the way I'm doing it might take you a couple times, but from my experience, I've tried different methods over the years, and this is the one that I've had the most success with students. But anyways, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me an email.